Today we're going to craft a blue ice orange fire opal ring on a titanium band. Then on the inside of the ring there's Inside Ring Engraving, but it feels a little bit rough from the mechanical process, so I'm going to have to polish that. I'm just going to touch my Dremel to the polish and smooth the inside engraving out a little bit, so just a little bit, and run that across the inside engraving to smooth that a little bit so it won't be so scratchy. Just a few passes. And that doesn't feel so bad now. So next, we're going to prepare the UV resin. I'm going to have to, I'm getting ahead of myself. Clean up the inside of the ring to take the gunk off with acetone. And polish it, wipe it. The beautiful thing with acetone is it's alcohol based and it will evaporate. Forever your hot mess is what it says on the inside. Beautiful engraving. Now, the first thing we have to do is roughen up those two inside channels to make the UV resin adhere better to the titanium. I'm just getting my little holder working, and here we go. Just carefully roughen up, grind the channels all the way around. You can see it just helps to have a rough surface, helps the glue, the resin, to stick better. And I just use a Dremel tool with one of the attachments, filing attachments. I can probably speed up this process a little bit. I had to do the voiceover as I accidentally deleted the original video with my original voice, so hopefully I can narrate the video at the proper places and explain what's happening. So I think I'm going to wipe that with acetone as well to take those metal filings out of the channel. Yep, she's reaching for the cloth. And we'll just wipe that just to take the debris, the mechanical debris off, and clean it up. There. That looks pretty good. Now this is ready to for the opal. What I'm going to have to do next is dye my UV resin with a blue base and an orange base. It just makes the opal look better and not have the titanium, the chrome color, shine through. So I'm using a pigment powder, deep sea blue pigment powder, and I'll put some of this UV resin down. It's a little cold, so it's a little harder to get out of the bottle. And then I'm taking a tiny little bit of this blue pigment powder, just a tip, and sprinkle that in there. Doesn't need very much. And then I'm going to stir it up. First I have to clean my toothpick tip on a piece of sandpaper. Just get the old UV resin off, and then we stir this up into a nice blue, deep sea blue base. It's got some iridescent sparkles in it, which will make a nice backdrop to the blue ice opal pieces. All right, position the tray and position the my opal cardboard here so you can see. I use medium sized opal. They are slightly larger pieces. The larger the pieces, the more opal sheen you're going to get. And here we go. Dip it in and apply it to the channel. And I'm going to be going all the way around that, but oh, it looks like that was a little bit loose. Put some electrical tape down to tighten that fit up a little bit. And here we go, applying the dyed UV resin. I'll go a little at a time and then place the opal and then cure little sections of it at a time. I like to place them one by one. That way I'm not wasting any, and I have better control of where I'm putting them, where I'm placing them. And I'm not going to show you the whole process. That'll take too long. I think it took me half an hour almost for one side, for the blue side. And that's a bit like watching paint dry. I'll show you again when I'm finished with that blue channel. But yeah, each piece is carefully placed. Try to avoid gaps. Even though I have the blue base, I still like to fill the channel with as much opal as I can. And then wipe off the excess of the edge of the rim and press it down, because you don't want the opal pieces to pop up over top of the edges, because I do not like scraping and cutting the opal. That leaves a white residue. Now here we have the finished channel. It looks nice. Looks nice and full. And as I was explaining, I don't want it to be over the edge. Now we're going to do the same thing for the orange fire opal. And I'm going to be using Imperial Red pigment powder. Yeah, I was wondering whether to go with Imperial Red or the Neon Red powder, but I went with the Imperial Red. It's looking a little bit pinkish, so I think I'm going to have to add a little bit of yellow to it to make it orange. So I got my dab of clear UV resin, and we're going to get a little tip of that, of the red pigment powder. Again, clean the toothpick and then stir it in. It's a bit on the purplish side, pink side, red pink. We need to get it to be orange, so I think yellow will do that. There's a little sprinkle of neon yellow powder. And that will turn a nice glow-in-the-dark orange. There comes the Fire Opal, orange opal. It's high quality bellow opal from Japan. I try to use the best quality. And here we go, filling in the orange UV resin base. And do the same process again. Placing the opal pieces carefully into the channel and trying to avoid gaps. Pressing it down again and wiping the edges off. Almost finished. Got a little section to go. I must be just about coming close to the curing part. Did I miss showing that? Maybe I missed showing that. Now I'm wiping off the edges with the acetone again, just to clean up the metal rims, metal edges from any sticky residue. And then we're ready to apply another clear coat of the clear UV resin.